Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Linval Joseph in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. This might be a free play here for Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. Now Trubisky on 1st down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 36 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, it shifts past him. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Minnesota ready to take back over the football here. And look back to Week 6. They got the win over Arizona. They weren't perfect in that game by any stretch, but bottom line, they're back over 500 now. And an interesting nugget, they got their first rushing touchdown of the season.
And remember, their head coach, Mike Zimmer, told all of us, let's not panic about our slow start. We were 2-2 last year before we elevated. Looks like they're on the same formula this year. Won in Philadelphia last week. Beat Arizona this week here. First rushing touchdown of the season. Latavius Murray getting it done.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority 1.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. This time, Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Gotta go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears will extend their lead. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play-action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations. So it is harder to defend.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins now on 2nd down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Thielen, another great game last week against Arizona. 11 catches, 123 yards in the score. And, you know, we thought Michael Thomas might challenge for the single-season reception record. Well, we forgot about Adam Thielen.
And we should not have. And maybe both of them will challenge for it. But Adam Thielen has 58 catches on the year now. He went to the Pro Bowl last year, so he should have been on our radar. For those 58 catches, most receptions through 6 games of a season in NFL history. Also over 100 yards every game this year. His first 6, only Charlie Hennigan in 1961 had more, 7 with the Houston Oilers.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Black, 2.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd down, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. A first down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. Oh, nice move. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third and goal for Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, switching gears for a second, a neat moment before Pittsburgh's game last week. Everybody knows James Conner and how he dealt with cancer. 10-year-old in the crowd, Charles, had a sign that he was holding, and this kid is also dealing with cancer. James Conner went over to him, met him, gave him a word of encouragement, and signed some things for him. That was really nice.
Really cool, isn't it? Because James Conner understands what that young man's going through. I believe his name is Levi. Got his attention. They're kindred spirits. And James Conner also showed him, by his play and being back out there, beat this, overcome it, and go out and live your life the way you want to live it. And he's living it in a big way in the NFL right now, having a
touchdown, Chicago! Jordan Howard, 79 yards, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We're going, let's go.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Yellow, it's in there, yellow.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Yellow. Gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack able to drop him for a loss of 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Lucky 50.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Yellow. 300. Hey, flipper.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears about to gain possession again, and this is a team that's still atop the NFC North, though they did see their 3-game winning streak come to an end in tough fashion in Miami. Yeah, they lost by 3, and that was a game, though, that they led for most of it.
Certainly did. Look at the leads they had, 14-7, 21-10, 28-21. And with as well as their defense has played this year, you would have thought they'd be able to put this one away. I think this is going to be a game for their head coach, Matt Nagy, to be able to look at his team and say, guess what, guys? We've played well, but we haven't arrived. That 3-game winning streak is gone now because we let one get away. Let's see if they can get refocused and get ready for the New England Patriots.
Trubisky playing with a lot of confidence. 9 touchdown passes in his last 2 starts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting through. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Everyone's got four down. Lock in. Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Red's up. Hey, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Red's up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Following the interception, Cousins. And that's incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, this gives us a chance to look ahead to some big Week 7 games upcoming. New England, Chicago, that's intriguing. Carolina and Philly, you have that game. And then how about Dallas and Washington? They're a combined 6-5, but they're playing for first place in the NFC East.
And just think, Dallas and Washington fans, When they have children, the first words they teach them are, "We hate that rival team." And now they're going to get after it for first place in the East. The records aren't great, but the rivalry is strong. New England, Chicago. Chicago let one get away last week against Miami, but still they have high hopes in the NFC North, and they get to test their mettle against a perennial champion, the New England Patriots. And Carolina, Philly. Carolina had a tough one in Washington last week. Philadelphia, big win last Thursday against New York Giants in New York. That's a big, big ball game for both of them.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Check. Lock in. Lock in. Hey, gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Wide.
Cousins on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, switching gears for a second, let's talk about all the offense that's been going on around the league.
Yes, please. Let's do it.
We've had 3 games where each team has scored 40 points. That didn't happen all of last year. And the most recent example, Week 6, that incredible 43-40 Pats win over the Chiefs.
A lot of people talk about when you make rules changes or you emphasize certain things that you have unintended consequences. Let's not kid ourselves. This was the intended consequence. Open up offenses, more scoring.
And got his man complete. Trubisky finding White on a big play. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On first down, they run with Howard. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
4 down. 180. Red, up.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Well, Charles, after Kansas City losing to New England this past week, we only have one undefeated team remaining, the Rams, 6-0, and they Barely beat Denver, but they got it done.
They certainly did. They actually set the pace in that game, Brandon. They got out to a pretty nice lead, and then Denver chopped into it, and the Rams held on late. But you can do that when you have Todd Gurley as your lead running back. Over 200 yards for him. The Rams, as you noted, the last undefeated team in the NFL, and no signs of cooling off, even though they had to go to Denver. Snow in Denver in October, and what was it at kickoff, 25 degrees?
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, 382, left 50.
Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing him.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now Trubisky on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Anderson-Oho. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. With that incompletion, let's discuss all the overtime games that we've had so far in the NFL. We've had 9 of them, at least one each week. Week 6, it was Miami and the Bears with the Dolphins getting the win.
Yeah, and you know something? That's an NFL record. Because that record was set week 5, an overtime game each of the first 5 weeks of the season. Now we're adding to the record, and I wouldn't doubt at all that we would get to 7 weeks and maybe beyond. It's been a very competitive NFL season.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go.
They go play action. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. And he's able to find Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
We're going. Let's go.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. This time, Trubisky will throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Listen.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
58, boys. 58. Hey, flipper.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing, Cousins. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 27 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Daniil Hunter able to drop him for a loss of a couple. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Here's Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. To the air again, it's Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go with Howard again. Gets this up across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Did show some power on that run, breaking the tackle. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're...
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right.